Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. Building a text editor in C, a detailed tutorial, with bug fixes. This tutorial provides a comprehensive guide to building a basic text editor in C. We'll cover essential features like file I/O, screen manipulation, cursor movement, and basic editing operations. We'll also address common bugs and provide robust solutions. Get ready for a deep dive. Prerequisites ***. Basic knowledge of C programming, pointers, structs, file I/O. Understanding of terminal concepts, cursor position, screen clearing. AC compiler, GCC is recommended. A terminal, Linux terminal, Mac OS terminal, or a terminal emulator on Windows like cygwin or WSL. 1. Project setup and core data structures ***. First, create a directory for your project, example text editor. Inside that directory, create a file named editor.c. Let's define our core data structures. Explanation include statements, include necessary header files for standard input/output, memory allocation, string manipulation, POSIX terminal functions, and character handling. ***key, K, a macro for generating control key combinations. For example, control_key, C, is the same as pressing Ctrl+C. **ERO struct, represents a single line of text in the editor. *size, stores the original length of the text in chars. *rsize, stores the length of the rendered text in render. *chars, a character array holding the raw text of the line. *render, a character array holding the rendered text, tabs expanded to spaces. This is necessary because tabs have variable width depending on the terminal. *editor config struct, holds the overall state of the editor. *cx, sci, the column and row position of the cursor in the file. *rx, the column position of the cursor in the rendered text. This is crucial for dealing with tabs. *row off, call-off, offsets for vertical and horizontal scrolling, respectively. These determine which part of the file is visible on the screen. *screen rows, screen calls, the dimensions of the terminal window. *num rows, the number of rows, lines, in the file being edited. *row, an array of ERO structs, representing the file's content. This is dynamically allocated. *file name, the name of the file being edited. *statusmsc, a string to display messages to the user, example file saved. *statusmsc_time, the timestamp when the status message was set, allowing it to disappear after a certain period. *org_termios, stores the original terminal attributes before we modify them. This is important for restoring the terminal when the editor exits. 2. Terminal handling functions ***. We need functions to interact with the terminal, disable buffering, handle signals, and read key presses. Explanation ***die, const char ***s, a simple error handling function. Prints an error message and exits the program. *disable raw mode, restores the terminal attributes to their original state. It's important to call this when the editor exits so the user's terminal behaves normally. *enable raw mode, sets the terminal to raw mode. This disables buffering, echoing of characters, and other features that would interfere with the editor's control over the screen. *getadr, gets the current terminal attributes. *exit, registers disable raw mode, to be called when the program exits. *raw.c underscore flag and equals, clears input flags to disable processing of special characters. *raw.c underscore offlog and equals post, disables output processing, including converting \n to \r\n. *raw.c underscore flag equals, cs8, sets the character size to 8 bits per byte. *raw.c underscore flag and equals, clears local flags to disable echoing, canonical mode, signals, and extended input processing. This is the most important part of enabling raw mode. *raw.c underscore ccvmin equals 0, raw.c underscore ccvtime equals 1, sets the minimum number of bytes to read and the timeout for reading. This allows read to return immediately if no data is available, or after 0.1 seconds. *cygwin sets the new terminal attributes. *editor read key reads a single character from the input. Handles errors related to signals and non-blocking I/O. *get cursor position, int *rows, int *calls, uses an ANSI escape sequence to query the terminal for the current cursor position. This is used as a fallback when getting the window size via ioctl fails. It works by sending the cursor to the bottom right corner and then asking the terminal where it is. The terminal responds with an escape sequence containing the row and column numbers. *get window size, int *rows, int *calls, gets the dimensions of the terminal window. *ioctl, stout underscore filno, cygwins, and ws, the preferred method for getting the window size. It uses the cygwins ioctl call, which retrieves the number of rows and columns from the terminal. *fallback, if ioctl fails, which can happen if the program isn't running in a terminal or if the terminal doesn't support cygwins, the function falls back to using getCursorPosition. This is less reliable but can work in some cases. The fallback moves the cursor to the bottom right corner and then queries the cursor position. 3. Editor row operations ***. These functions manage the row data structures that represent lines of text. Explanation ***. Editor _tab _stop, a constant defining the number of spaces a tab character should be rendered as, typically 8. Editor row cx to rx, row *row, in cx, converts a character index, column, cx in the raw text, chars, to a rendered index rx, column, in the rendered text, render. This is essential for correctly handling tabs, as each tab character expands to multiple spaces. Editor row rx to cx, row *row, int rx, the inverse of editor row cx to rx. Converts a rendered index rx to a character index cx. Editor update row, row *row, updates the render field of an row struct by expanding tabs to spaces. This is called whenever the chars field is modified. It first counts the number of tabs in the row. Then it allocates memory for the render field, taking into account the expansion of tabs. Finally, it iterates through the chars field, replacing each tab with the appropriate number of spaces. Editor insert row, int at, const char *s, size _t len, inserts a new row at position at with the given string s and length len. Realloc, resizes the e.row array to accommodate the new row. Memov, shifts existing rows to make space for the new row. Malloc, allocates memory for the chars field of the new row. Mempy, copies the string s into the chars field. Editor update row, calls editor update row, to update the render field. Editor free row, erow asterisk row, frees the memory associated with an erow struct. Asterisk editor del row, int at, deletes the row at position at. Asterisk editor row insert char, erow asterisk row, int at, int c, inserts a character c into the char's field of an erow at position at. Asterisk editor row append string, erow asterisk row, char asterisk s, size underscore t len, appends a string s to the end of the char's field of an erow. Asterisk editor row del char, erow asterisk row, int at, deletes a character from the char's field of an erow at position at. 4. Editor operations, file IO, insert/delete. These functions perform higher-level editing operations, such as opening, saving, and modifying the text buffer. Explanation asterisk. Asterisk editor insert char, int c, inserts a character c at the cursor position. If the cursor is at the end of the file, it creates a new row first. Asterisk editor insert new line, inserts a new line at the cursor position, splitting the current line into two. Asterisk editor del char, deletes the character to the left of the cursor. If the cursor is at the beginning of a line, it appends the current line to the previous line and deletes the current line. Asterisk editor open file, const char asterisk file name, opens the specified file and reads its contents into the e.row array. Asterisk fopen, opens the file in read mode. Asterisk getLine, reads a line from the file. Asterisk editor insert row, inserts the line into the e.row array. Asterisk stirred up, duplicates the file name into e.file name, so the editor remembers which file is currently being edited. Asterisk editor rows to string, int asterisk bufflin, converts the e.row array into a single string, with each row separated by a new line character. This is used for saving the file. Asterisk editor save file, saves the contents of the e.row array to the file. Asterisk it prompts the user for a file name if none is currently associated with the editor. Asterisk open, e.file name, o_rdwro_crete, 0644, opens the file for reading and writing. O_crete creates the file if it doesn't exist. 0644 sets the file permissions, read/write for owner, read only for group and others. Asterisk truncate, fd, len, truncates the file to the length of the current content. This is important to prevent old content from remaining in the file if the new content is shorter. Asterisk write, fd, buff, len, writes the buffer to the file. Asterisk close, fd, closes the file descriptor. Asterisk editor set status message, sets a status message to inform the user about the save operation. 5. Input handling asterisk asterisk. These functions handle keyboard input and translate it into editor commands. Explanation asterisk. Asterisk editor prompt, char prompt, void, callback, char asterisk, int, displays a prompt in the status bar and reads input from the user. It supports backspace, ESC to cancel, and enter to submit. The callback function is called after each key press, or deletion, to allow for live updates or validation of the input. Asterisk editor move cursor, int key, moves the cursor based on the arrow key pressed. Handles edge cases like moving past the beginning or end of a line, or past the end of the file. Asterisk editor process key press, reads a key press and performs the corresponding action. Asterisk it handles enter, Ctrl+Q, quit, Ctrl+S, save, home, and, delete, backspace, and arrow keys. Asterisk any other key is treated as a character to be inserted into the text. 6. Screen drawing asterisk asterisk. These functions handle drawing the editor's display to the screen. C. Void editor scroll. e.rx equals 0. If e.cy e.numRows. e.rx equals editor row cx to rx, and e.row e.cy, e.cx. If e.cy e.rowOff. e.rowOff equals e.cy. If e.cy equals e.rowOff plus e.screenRows. e.rowOff equals e.cy, e.screenRows plus 1. If e.rx e.caloff. e.caloff equals e.rx. If e.rx equals e.caloff plus e.screenCalls. e.caloff equals e.rx, e.screenCalls plus 1. Void editor drawRows, struct above asterisk ab. Int y. 4, y equals 0, ye.screenRows, y plus plus. Int fileRow equals y plus e.rowOff. If fileRow equals e.numRows. If e.numRows equals 0 and y equals e.screenRows/3. Char welcome 80. Int welcomeLn equals tinprintf, welcome, size of, welcome. Kilo editor version %s, kilo underscore version. If welcomeLn e.screenCalls, welcomeLn equals e.screenCalls. Int padding equals e.screenCalls, welcomeLn, /2. If padding append, 1. Padding. While padding append, 1. append, welcome, welcomeLn. Else append, 1. Else. Int len equals e.row fileRow.rsize, e.caloff. If len 0, len equals 0. If len e.screenCalls, len equals e.screenCalls. Char asterisk c equals and e.row fileRow.render e.caloff. Unsigned char asterisk hl equals null. Append, c, len. Append, \x1 bk, 3, / clear line. Append, \r\n, 2, / carriage return and new line. Void editor draw status bar, struct above asterisk append, \x1 b7m, 4, / invert colors. Char status 80, r status 80. Int len equals tinprintf, status, size of, status, %.20s, %d lines. e.filename. e.filename, no name, e.numRows. Int rlen equals tinprintf, r status, size of, r status, %d/%d. e.cy plus.